Hello, my name is Auxilia. My project research was on different dimensional aspects of Hinduism. Hinduism is an English word that was first used in 1816 and 1817 by Rajan Ram Mohan Roy, an Indian social reformer. The word itself comes from the ancient Persian term Hindu, a derivation from Sindhu, which was originally used to characterize an inhabitant of the lands to the east of Indus. Hinduism remains a living religion with more than 76% of people in India, 85% in Nepal, and a very small percentage in Southeast Asia continuing to describe themselves as Hindu. Unlike Buddhism, Christianity, or Islam, Hinduism has neither a historical founder nor a codified canon that is accepted by all believers. Some of the worships of Hinduism. The worship of mere stocks and stones and of local configurations which are unusual in size, shape, or position. The worship of animals which are feared. The worship of a spirit, a thing without form and void, which is the vague impersonation of the uncanny sensation that comes over at certain places. The worship of things inanimate which are gifted with mysterious motion. The worship of dead relatives and other deceased persons known in their lifetime to the worshipper. The worship of persons who had a great reputation during life or who died in some strange or notorious way at shrines. The most visible arena of Hindu worship is the temple, which was located both inside and outside settlements. In temples, the gods usually worshipped through images, plaques, statues, and scriptures. Images are also worshipped outside temples, both in open-air shrines and when taken in processions. As an example, some gods are listed below. While temples continue to be the most spectacular of the sacred sites of Hinduism, the performance of public rituals was not confined to them. In India, many of the famous Hindu pilgrimage spots are located along the banks of rivers, where oblations for one's ancestors, river worship with the fire, and bathing in them on special days are regularly performed. Invoking religion outside the sacred domain. Hindu imagery of various kinds is graphically represented on coins, epigraphs, and seals in India. Interestingly, symbols associated with representations of gods and goddesses are not merely found on the seals of temples, but people, along with their official title or personal name, chose to include the representation of a personal god to seal the documents. Murugan is the son of god Shiva and goddess Parvati, also called as the Hindu god of war. Unlike other gods, Murugan possesses his own power inherited from his mother and represented by the lance he always carries. Despite its enormous potential energy, male divinity can only intervene actively in the cosmos when associated with the female principle. In the human world too, a man without a wife is socially incomplete, so it is said to believe that goddess and women possesses a creative and fertile powers upon which gods and men depend to fulfill their destinies. In normal marriage, Tamil kinship is characterized by symmetrically prescribed marriage between senior male and junior female cross-relatives. For example, a woman may marry her FZS, MBS, or even better, her MYB, provided that in each case he is older than her. In other words, cross-cousin marriage has been explained as the ideal means of ensuring that offspring possess the unique substance distinct to moral code and inheritance. Belief systems among South Indian Hindus are surprisingly diverse. The differences are such that they cannot be explained only in terms of differential historical diffusion, cultures, environment, or occupation, but must be explained by the nature of the social system as a whole. In South India, Brahmins and non-Brahmins and Harijans is recognized properly as well as by social scientists. Belief systems reflect this trifurcation. It is originated in prehistoric tribal and Neolithic life and was not part of the Aryan contribution to Hinduism. Brahmins generally assert a belief in rebirth. All the living things, such as animals and whatever moves, have souls, but not plants and stones. And it is believed that if there is much sin, the person is reborn as a pig. Karma is defined as an inauspicious time, the opposite of good luck, misfortune, or trouble. It is said to believe that a person's karma follows him after death due to the deeds in the last life or sins, and also decides their fate in future existence. In South India, similar to what can be observed in many other parts of Asia, Africa, and Latin America, exorcism have a prominent place within the congregational practice of the Pentecostal movement. Especially in the case of exorcism, South Indian Pentecostalism shows many phenomenological parallels to the popular Hinduism. The former seeks to influence the world of evil spirit by means of an effective incantation called a mantra. There is no lack of impressive associated phenomena with Pentecostal exorcism. A recognized exorcist seeks a visible sign from the evil spirit that it has really gone out. For instance, in popular Hinduism, when spirits are driven out, often pass into trees. The former seeks to influence the world of evil spirit by means of an effective incantation called mantra. There is no lack of impressive associated phenomena with Pentecostal exorcism. A recognized exorcist seeks a visible sign from the evil spirit that it has really gone out. For instance, in popular Hinduism, when spirits are driven out, they often pass into the trees. For an example, there was a whitewashed beautiful house which could not be sold for about 5 years. The reason why it was not sold off is that there were 4 lines on the corners of the house which were covered in white paper. Once it was removed, the house was sold immediately. This type of exorcism is used as a revenge towards a person because of hatred or bad intent. Bharatanatyam is the most popular and well-known of the classical dance form performed in India today. It is a dance of Devadasis who perform dances as part of many rituals and were dedicated to temple services. Classical dancers see themselves as the inheritors of the Devadasi tradition, and they all have been taught either by the few remaining Devadasis or by the members of the same families who learned traditionally. Bharatanatyam is performed by a woman who dances alone, and the typical performance lasts 2.5 hours. Her costume consists of 6 yards of hand-woven silk interwoven with gold thread. The dancer wears at least 10 pieces of gold jewelry set with rubies. Around the dancer's ankle are tied a strand of 50 bells for each foot. The music that is used for the dance is Carnatic, and the instruments used in Bharatanatyam are special to that style. Some are mentioned below. The Natwar, who chants and beats the rhythmic syllables that accompany the dance and dancer, Mirdagam, Tanpura, Veena, bamboo flute, violin are some of the instruments used. This is the end of my presentation. I hope you understood the basic aspects of Hinduism. Thank you.